All right, so here's my idea. It's going to be real simple. Okay, this is your idea for what? For this video we're making right now. Oh, so we're just jumping right in. Yeah, so I was thinking we put the camera here and just film the room. Was it going to be this room? Sure, why not? I mean, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we got the camera here. Right, and we don't move it. It's just going to be stationary the whole time right here. Got it? And I walk past the camera across the room to the door, but you don't open it. Don't open what? The door? Yeah. I don't know why. Well, because it's all going to be in this room, right? So you don't want to show anything that's not in the room. Okay, well, I guess that makes sense. I mean, I wouldn't open the door. All right, yeah, but when I do walk past the camera, I want to shoot it like live action stop motion. Like, don't just straight up film it, but I'll do all the individual poses of the walking motion and I'll take pictures of them all. And so when I stitch them together, it's like live action me, but it looks like stop motion. Okay, well, that sounds interesting, but two things. One, it seems like that would take forever, and you've only got, what, 3 weeks to make this? And two, you're making this all by yourself. How are you going to stand in I don't know how many poses in front of the camera and take pictures of yourself from behind the camera at the same time? Hmm. Well, how about this? I make a small version of this room, then make a doll version of me, and I'll just film that. Okay, that sounds creepy. Yeah, but it's not going to be creepy. Okay, but now we're running into the same thing. What do you mean? Well, I mean, won't it take a long time to make all that stuff? You only have until the 12th. Well, I don't think it'll take that long. I mean, we just go step by step. So you got the room, you got me. Apparently, you got flies. How did this happen? I just built this room. How are there already flies in it? Jeez. Okay, but anyway, so you got the headboard, the bed, whatever that thing's called, a cubbyhole shelf. All right, so we got that thing with all the clothes in it, right? And you're going to make all the clothes? I mean, I think I should, right? Well, this is your thing, but sure. And you're going to recreate all the pictures too? Yeah, all the pictures, and they're all in the same place. All right. I mean, I still don't see you having enough time for this. No, it's simple. Just and then the shells, and then we're done. Takes like 2 seconds. No, that's 2 seconds in on-camera time. I'm talking about in for real times because now we've only got 2 weeks left. Right, but once it's all done and built, we just need to film it. Okay, that's actually something I wanted to ask you about. What? So if you're using a doll for this whole thing, then you'll have to do actual stop motion, right? Yeah. Okay. Do you know how to do actual stop motion? Of course I don't know how to do actual stop motion. I don't know how to do any of this. Here, let's just get this out of the way. Do I know how to build miniatures? No. Do I know how to edit video? No. Do I know how to edit audio? No. Do I know anything about filming stuff? No. But I just want to do it. Okay? I mean, does that make sense? Sure, no, I get it. I get it. It just seems like you're going about this in the most time-consuming way possible, which is kind of, I mean, that's something you do. Okay, well then how about instead of a wool doll and a wool room, I make a model out of wood and use a peg doll. What's a peg doll? It's one of these. And then just like before, all the stuff in the room is also made out of wood. So the bed, the cubby thing, the headboard. Yeah, right, the headboard. And I can make different peg dolls with different expressions that I can swap out. Like this one here is incredulous. This one I didn't finish. And this one, uh, actually, you know what? I'm not really sure what kind of expression that is. Maybe indifferent? Whatever, I don't care. But this way, the stop motion is super simple because I can just bop around the room and there's no limbs or anything to keep track of. Well, I mean, that'll definitely make it easier. Ooh, how about this? How about this? So I'll make a paper model and a paper me, and that'll be quick because I just basically have to draw it, right? Okay, wait, stop right there because I know where this is going and I want to get out in front of it. Oh, do you? Do you know where this is going? Yes, I do. Because you're going to make the paper model real quick, and then you're going to want to draw a million different little paper dolls or drawings or whatever you want to call them and get as many poses as possible. And that's just going to take up so much more time. I mean, couldn't you just use one of the dolls you've already made? Well, no, because then I'm either way too tiny or way too big for the room. No, I mean, you could switch between the sets, right? I mean, you already made them. You might as well use them. Well, I could do that. Yeah, yeah. So like sometimes I'm paper, sometimes I'm the peg doll. Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So when we get that all done, then maybe I go through this door. No, no, do not open that door. That's the second time you've told me that. What's on the other side of this door? Nothing. Or well, everything that's not inside this room. And I feel like we haven't really figured out this room yet. So let's maybe get everything settled in here before we deal with everything else that's out there. Okay, well, that sounds reasonable and suspicious. Okay. All right, so let's move on to supplies. Supplies? Yeah, I mean, you're going to need to get all this stuff, so let's make a list. All right, shoot. Okay, so you're going to need a camera. I have a camera. No, but I mean like a decent camera. I'm not going to do that. Okay, fine. But you're also going to need paper. All right, paper. You'll need wood. Wood, got it. Paint. Okay. Wool. That sheep was made out of cotton, but whatever. Okay, cardboard. You're going to need a shitload of cardboard. All right, cardboard, parentheses, shitload. Okay, got it. Glue, but like all different kinds. Mm-hmm. And pens. Wait, is this a list of things that I need to get or things that I already have? Because I've got all this stuff. I've already got all this in. What's wrong? That fucking fly is back. I don't see it. Well, neither do I, but I can hear it. Okay, don't lose focus because we're running real short on time here. You keep bringing up how much time I don't have. Like, I'm beginning to think that you don't think that I'm going to be able to do this. No, I'm not saying that at all. But I do know that you have a habit of making things just way too complicated, and then you wind up running out of time and just never finishing it. All right. Well, how about this? How about this? This is a great idea. Okay. So forget about the dolls and the models and all that stuff. Forget about the peg doll. Forget about the paper doll. Forget about this doll. All that shit. You mean forget about all the stuff you just spent 3 weeks doing? Yeah, get rid of it. And instead, I just make a room out of cardboard, hastily put together and poorly painted, like a kid would do. Because kids don't care about quality. They just want to do stuff. And that's what we're trying to do, right? Sure. Okay, and I'll make a puppet version of me. And before you ask, do you know how to make a puppet? I'll make the simplest puppet possible. I just make a sock puppet. That looks horrible. Well, I know, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The important thing is that this way, I don't have to do any stop motion or editing or any of that. And I can just film it. And it will only take as long to film as it takes me to say this. Okay. Okay, that might work. And I'm also going to give it a hand. So if that fly comes back around, I can whack it. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, so you got your set. You know how you're going to film it. All right, so now what happens? I mean, what's the story? What's this thing going to be about? You didn't even think about that, did you? Not really. Hmm.